Have you ever poured at a waffle? Have you ever poured at a waffle?
There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, welcoming you back to another edition of the show. Well, Old Man Winter hasn't finished with us yet. It is blustery out there right now, and a blanket of snow is covering the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania as I speak. So I'm not going anywhere. The snow is going to turn into, it started out as that icy rain and then several hours of snow and then icy rain again. So it's going to be lovely chipping off the windshield tomorrow. Woo, I might not go anywhere. But I'm all out of firewood, but I do have a couple of my little Duraflame logs here to keep me going until tomorrow night. And hot coffee in a jadeite restaurant-ware mug made by Anchor Hocking. You can't go wrong with that. So I'll have a sip, you have a sip, and we'll get started. I just had lunch with a neighbor of mine who, from my floor. Sometimes people say, well, those cities are so impersonal. I know everybody in my building, and we're all friends on my floor. And, we're all kind of just not going anywhere today. So he popped in, we had grilled cheese and soup for lunch. And now I've got a thrift haul for you. I'm going to show you several items for Easter season or springtime decorating. And everything that I've got here today, I think except for maybe one little postcard, are all secular items. But it's just things that you could decorate your house with, little trinkets, for the springtime. Then after that, stay tuned until the end if you're interested. I'm going to read a part of the article in the 1928 Better Homes and Gardens magazine about the waffle parties. We've been talking a lot about waffles lately, so we're going to do that at the end of this video. Okay, what have I got here that would be for the Easter season? I'm going to start with probably the item that's the least Eastery. Remember, I was in an antique store a couple weeks ago and I heard some woman say, "Oh, that's too Eastery," which I thought was really funny. This is supposed to be on a Lazy Susan with little trays around it, 4 little trays. This is a California pottery, Bellevue, I think, or Belmar. I will let you see the bottom. So it's the strawberry, and we just have the strawberry dish here without the Lazy Susan and the little dishes. Okay, well, it is pink with green and a stem, and I like it just like this. And of course, strawberry season doesn't come too much after, and Halloween. Easter is late this year. We've got about another month until Easter, so it won't be long after that. Strawberries will be coming out. So you can do lots with this. Mid-century piece there. And then the only two things that I'm keeping, and I'm keeping these two little guys because they have had some injuries. So I will add them to my own springtime display. And these are the Lefton, I believe these are both Lefton. This is the bunny and the chick. We'll let you see. The chick, somebody did a little nipping at his nose. It might be Jack Frost since it's snowing out here. I can't believe I'm talking about Easter decorations and it's snowing. He's got a little nip on the end of his nose. And Bunny Rabbit here broke his leg and it was re-glued. So the nice thing is, because of the way the bunny's head is turned, you display him this way. So his broken leg is in the back. You don't see it. And the nip on the chick is also on the back side of his nose. So these two are going to sit right like that. So probably early 1960s. Lefton. Did I say Lefton? I think I said Lefton, made in Japan. I will keep those two injured guys. Now, nothing else that I'm about to show you has any injuries. And these are all, these are all for sale. Let's start off with these. Scott, you showed us those last week and you already sold them. I did. I had a set of 3. But I went back to the thrift shop a week later and they whipped out 2 more. Well, I've already sold the first 3. Or I would have put them all together. But here's 2 more chick egg cups. No crazing, no chips, no cracks. Beautiful shiny glaze. Manufactured in Portugal. And wouldn't these look nice, even without deviled eggs, without eggs in them to eat, but to just put the sort of colored eggs in? You could decorate, or you could fit about 6 jelly beans in there. So 2 more of these up and ready to go. And then I just found this yesterday. Now, she's missing something, but you crafty people out there will have no problem. Look at her. She has got on her Easter bonnet and she's carrying her basket of springtime flowers. She's got on her starched lace dress, top and bottom. Yeah. And there's her Easter bonnet with all the flowers upon it, or with all the something upon it, with all the trimmings upon it. And let's get her to focus in there. There she is. And she's got her basket. I looked very carefully and I didn't see anything missing out of the basket. I don't think that any of the flowers, oh, my poor little fire. I don't think any of the flowers are chipped off. And she's got no breaks. You know, she wasn't decapitated. But she obviously was holding an umbrella. Get yourself some construction paper and some toothpicks and go at it. Or stick one of those little cocktail umbrellas in there, you know, that they mix drinks with. Okay, no umbrella, but no damage. What happened to my lighting? I think the sunlight is oh yeah, that snow out there is really covering up the light. So her umbrella is gone. She can't do the mummer's strut. If you don't know what that is, you're not from Philadelphia. Oh, I want to get up and do it right now.
Watch yourself.
But I don't have an umbrella. Anyway, she opens up and she is I don't know, what do you put in there? So it's made in Japan. And I imagine she could be, you know, could sit on your dresser, or you could hide some jelly beans in there. I would go through all the jelly beans, pick out all the black ones because they're the licorice ones. Now, half of you just went, ugh, that's fine. You leave them there for me and everybody else who likes the black jelly beans. But that's what I would store in there. All the black jelly bean people, come on now, down below, yeah. I love black jelly beans. So there she is. 5 inches tall, something like that. And really good shape. Also a made in Japan piece. Okay, let's do, these guys don't really match. They were not made by the same maker. They have a different sort of a glaze and they're not the same scale. But we're gonna just keep them together as pals anyway. We have a Lefton duck. Let me move up here. Oh my goodness, a Lefton duck. I'll tell you what it says on the bottom in a minute. But he's got his Lefton sticker on his little hiney right there. And then we have a little chick to go with him. Now The duck has sort of a matte finish, an eggshell finish. And the little chick here is very shiny. He's a shiny, and he's a porcelain. See there? Not a ceramic. There's no marks on him. And but they're friends. I guess the duck is telling him off, I don't know. And the chick is just kind of sitting there. So we'll keep these little two guys together. There's no damage on either one. And on the bottom of this duck, it says, let me get my cheaters on, it says, Marilyn, the girl's name. Now, Marilyn didn't make this. It is Lefton. There's the Lefton sticker. But I guess it was either given to Marilyn on March the 14th, and it looks like 1969, South Plainfield, New Jersey. Okay, so that's what it says on the bottom. So that's cute. Let me put my glasses down and remember where they are. I spent half of my life being stared at by the cat and the other half of my life running around here looking for my eyeglasses. You know what it's like? Lefton stickers on the bum of two chicks. And these are the wonderful little eggshell finish, matte finish, I guess it's more of an eggshell finish, chicks. This one has his mouth open, and this one is quietly listening. And chicory chick, chala chala. That was an old song. And we had the sheet music in the piano when I grew up. It's from the 40s, so it had to be my grandparents' sheet music, but I remember trying to play it. Chicory chick, chala chala, checkala romi, in a bananica, balaka walaka, can't you see, chicory chick is me. Does anybody remember that? Anybody remember that?
Chicory chick, chala chala, checkala rome, in a bananica, balaka walaka, can't you see, chicory chick is me.
So we have these two chicks, and they are in excellent condition. Nothing is broken off of their little legs or anything. Their beaks are fine, everything perfect. Great for your display, your autumn, your Easter display. Now this is rare. Now how often do you hear me use the word rare? Rarely. Used to be, when eBay started, everybody put rare. That was like the first word in all the descriptions. Rare, rare, rare. Well, there's not a whole lot in this world that's rare. But that was the word, rare. Now the opening word is vintage. Everybody says vintage. That's the first word in like 99% of all the auctions. But this is, I'll say, hard to find, and it is. Take a look at that. It's an Easter display piece. It's a planter. Wow. And this, I believe, is a Napco piece. So we have a little chick in a basket with some little spaghetti string decoration on the eggs. And the two bunnies there. I guess we have a boy and a girl. That's supposed to be the hat on the boy and the ribbon on the hair of the girl. Let me turn it around this way. Pastel colors on it are very nice. And as I said, it is a planter. And someone put the little felt things on there, just not to scratch Granny's coffee table. Now, the amazing thing about this is not only is it hard to find, there's no damage on this. and I went over it with a magnifying glass and a toothpick. Nothing broken, nothing chipped, nothing repaired. And I'm going to take one more look at that. But we've got one in perfect condition. I don't see any currently listed, and I don't see any have. I'm talking about eBay. I didn't look on Etsy or the other. Nothing wrong with those sites. I just can't. I don't search on them. But on eBay, none are currently listed, and there's no sold record when you search for sold for the past 90 days, 3 months. So I don't know what this is going to sell for, but I think it's going to go for over 50 bucks. I do. And this came from a thrift shop on Frankfurt Avenue here in Philly. I don't remember what I was doing over there. I was doing something over there. Okay, we've got a couple of Easter cards to share with you. It's getting darker in here and my fire just went out. So a little batch of Easter cards I'm going to put together. These come from about 1930, late 20s to 1930. And these both have, these are cute. Let's do this one first. I don't have my, I'm not going to try to read this without my glasses, and I hope it's, well, wait a minute, because it might be, I want you to see it, and it might be blurry. Anyway, it's a whole story. Mary Jane said to the postman, will you take this card for me and give it to the chick who lives down near the maple tree? The postman went to Billy's house and met him in the yard. Your friend, Miss Mary Jane, he said, sent you this little card. Chick read the message that she sent, then cried, I must get dressed. I didn't rehearse this. I must get dressed. Of all the news I've heard, this surely is the best. And there's the chick. And then you can look at the little letter. You can peel it back and you can see, I guess that's the house from where it was sent. And it says, I'm going on a journey in just a little while, so I must go inside, you see, and get dressed up in style. When he came out and started off, his friends all heard him say, I'm glad that I'm the one to go. Upon the trip today, of course he was happy, real happy, and all excited too, for Miss Mary Jane had asked him to take this wish to you. Easter greetings. And then you pop that thing up and it says Happy Easter. I promise you, I did not read that through, and I wasn't intending on doing it. But anyway, there it is. So there's one. And then here's another one. And this one has a completely different story. Now, I'm not going to read the story in this one. This one came out, the staple came out, but you could put that back in. But the same thing, a same cute little story with little pop-ups on the inside. And we'll take pictures of that. Oh, that rabbit looks mad. Anyway, so this is all in one auction. This looks homemade, and it's just, I don't know what you call that, you know, that kind of art, but it's, oh, I showed you the back. It's a bunny, and I guess the person who made it decided to do the tail end of the bunny. It's sort of an odd angle, but there's his little tail. And the person who made it, VMH, whoever that was, VMH, put this little card together there. And then this is the Easter card here. This is probably one from the 40s. Happy Easter. Very pretty. And yep, it's dated 1944 on the inside. The war, April of 1944. So the war, we weren't out of the woods yet. Okay, And then this one is, this one says, I wish you all that makes a happy Easter. And this is Easter, April the 8th, 1928. I wonder if my magazine, and the magazine I'm about to show you is from March of 1928. So this card is 1 month older. And it says from Mother Leopard, from Mother something, I don't know. But you open it up, yeah, see? And you can open it up, and it's kind of like a 3D thing. It sort of it'll stand up. Okay, you can put it on your table. It has an easel on the back, and you sort of look through and you see the scene. Yeah? So that's nice. So you get the one from the 40s, the one from 1928, the cute little homemade thing, and these two that have the little story in them. And that's one lot. Okay, that's it for the Easter items. Let me take a break. I'll be right back. Okay, the fire has been stoked. And if you're tuning out now, I completely understand. And I'll go ahead and tell you, have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time. But if you're going to stick around, let's delve into the fad of the Waffle Party, which came on the scene in the mid to late 1920s. Now, as we know, more and more homes are being electrified in the 1920s, and certainly city dwellers and urban dwellers have electricity in their homes. I don't remember which year it was, but it's one particular year in the 1920s. According to the census or whatever it was, more folks were finally living in cities than in rural areas. We've got electric waffle irons being produced up in Connecticut by some of the big companies and in other places as well. Folks have a little more discretionary income. We have the 5-day work week. There's time on your hands and a little bit of extra money in your wallet. So why not have a waffle party? Well, let's see what it says in Better Homes and Gardens of March of 1929. I think earlier I said 1928, so 1929. Oh, before we take a look at this article, look at that kitchen. Look at the cabinets. You see, they all came here modular. Is modular the word I want? And then, of course, you just can put them all together. And look at the spotlight on that ham. You see the ham? And the little breakfast table over here. Wow. Can you imagine if you could find those kitchen cabinets like that today with that original green paint? Okay. The article says, versatile waffles and griddle. I don't know how many times I'm going to say girdle instead of griddle. Griddle cakes. There is a photograph of the fancy waffle iron, which can do pancakes and waffles underneath, right there on the breakfast table. And I want you to look closely because we see right here. Okay, I'm looking at it upside down. Is that what I'm trying to point at? Yep, that's what I'm trying to point at. The duckbill spout on that batter pitcher. All right, this won't take long, I promise. I'm just going to read a little bit of it. This is what it says. It says, waffles and griddle cakes. What to do to get the best results with waffle irons and griddles. Have you ever poured at a waffle supper? If you have missed this experience, you'll be surprised how joyful the informal meals can be. They are easily planned and prepared. 2 or 3 friends are requested to bring their electric waffle irons when they come to supper. Can you imagine? Hello, Madge, pop on over with your waffle iron. And of course, she shows up in a drop waist dress with a cloche hat, and the boyfriend shows up in a tuxedo. You know how they did in the 20s. Let's see here. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to keep stopping like I am. Come on over. A couple of friends requested to bring their waffle irons. These are set on the table. Colorful pitchers filled with batter are placed nearby. Colorful pitchers, yeah, filled with batter are placed nearby, right? We've seen and talked enough about that. Are placed nearby. And when everyone is gathered about the board and conversation is providing entertainment, the hostess and her assistants pour the batter onto the grids. In 2 minutes, waffles are ready to be eaten. Their accompaniments can be most simple. Smoked ham, browned in a frying pan, is a favorite with men. That's very sexist. Don't women like browned ham? A browned milk gravy made from the ham drippings is wonderfully good on hot waffles. Maple syrup, butter, a fruit salad, and coffee will complete the menu. Waffles are also excellent for dessert in luncheons and dinners. They are being served by the most discriminating hostesses. And so are griddle cakes. Both of the long-favored breakfast dishes are winning recognition in all of the meals of the day. One feature that aids this popular is that they are emergency foods, which says you have all of the ingredients in your pantry, and they are best served with jelly, syrup, stewed and sweetened fruits, heavy cream. These are all things that you pour on your waffles. And it goes on and on. Then there's another page about how to make the waffles and everything. I thought it was interesting. One of the things I like about reading the old magazines is you learn so much about the history of the era. And I knew about the waffle parties because I'd been collecting old 78 records for so long. And I had that recording of that song called Waffles from the late 1920s. So wonderful article in here about the waffles telling us all about these wonderful waffle pitchers. So now you know the difference between the creamers and the sugars, yeah, and the batter and the syrup waffle sets for the 1920s breakfast table. I have had a good time this afternoon spending this time with you, and I love to hear from you, your comments below. There are times when well, I read everything and I try to comment back. You know, if your comment seems as though it goes unnoticed, maybe you don't get a reply or you don't get a heart. I've read it. It's just that sometimes life gets in the way of me responding to everybody, although I do try. So I do value the time that you spend watching. And if you have not subscribed, I hope you'll think about doing that. Click the subscribe button and the like button and the bell and all that stuff. Well, I guess that's it. Look for all these Easter things later on in the shop. They should be ready by late tonight. And I'll see you again really soon. I'm in the middle of going through a huge collection of Franciscan apple. Yes, we'll be talking about that in the next video. Scott saying thanks for watching, wait for the cat, and so long for now.